recording?
Yes. I just thought I would start so that hopefully we can just do it.
Good idea. Good morning.
Good morning.
Here we are at the start of not the Beacons Way.
Yeah.
It is also the start of the Beacons Way, but we are not going to walk the Beacons Way today. We're going to walk something else. We'll explain that as we go.
Yep, it's a special route that Katie's devised.
We don't know what to expect. It's not in any guidebooks. We're off for an adventure.
We're very excited. Okay, we'll update you in
on
a bit.
Our progress. Welcome to my presentation. Here we are at the foot of Skirridvar, which is where we are going to depart from the Beacons Way. So the Beacons Way goes through these woods and up over the top of the Skirrid, which is a little mountain, 486 metres, but the summit is in cloud today, which means we could do all the hard work of getting up there and not be able to see any of the view, which would be very sad. So instead, we're going to go through these woods and follow this path through some ancient woodland around this way. Whoa, who lives in there? So we've done about 7 miles so far, which is almost halfway, but we slowed down a bit because the forest was so beautiful.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time staring at walls and logs and the ground and trees, taking photos. So that did take up a bit of time.
It did not disappoint in terms of mushrooms and lichens and mosses. It was gorgeous. So it also made me really glad, actually, that we took that route instead of going over the mountain, because it was just so beautiful and we would have missed all of that if we'd gone over the top. So I'm very happy.
Yeah, we still had some views out over the valley
Yeah.
to one side, which was really nice.
It was gorgeous. And then we came down off the hill and walked through a couple of sheep fields. We saw some lovely sheep. I was starting to worry because we'd been walking for about 3 hours and not walked through any sheep fields, which is very uncharacteristic for Wales. But we finally found some sheep. And we just stopped here under these lovely oak trees to have some lunch.
Yep. The weather has been dry, apart from some drizzle early on, which was very unexpected. It's supposed to rain, but hopefully later once we finish the walk today.
Yeah, so onwards, we're going down into the valley and we're going to join the river in a little bit. So hopefully that'll be equally beautiful.
Hello.
Hi.
Somehow, we've still got 3.5 miles to go, and that's ended up being a bit longer than we were expecting to walk today.
We had one slight detour.
But it was only small. It shouldn't have cost us that much time, but it's looking like by the end of today we will have walked something like 16 miles when we were expecting 14. So don't quite know how that happened. We're feeling pretty tired, but it has been lovely. We've seen a bit of sunshine.
Yeah, that was very unexpected.
It was brief, but we saw it. And since lunchtime we've been... Where did we have lunch? Oh, under the oak trees. We've walked through some farmland and a couple of beautiful lanes with hedgerows. And then we've been along the river for the last hour or so.
And the strawberry woods.
The strawberry woods, which had some mountain bike tracks through them. And we didn't see any mountain bikers, thankfully.
Yeah. But that was quite a fun path. That was a twisty, windy up and down path with lots of ferns and things. So
yeah, it was really...
nice.
I really liked how the woods had a totally different character from the woods that we were in this morning.
Yeah.
And they seemed a lot younger. They didn't have as many lichens and things, but yeah, it was a cool path and the light was really nice while we were in there.
Yeah. And now I think we just have 3.5 miles
Somehow.
left. And then
I was sort of hoping that the GPS has gone wrong because we're losing signal. We're quite deep in a valley in the middle of nowhere. So I'm hoping that it'll suddenly be like, oh, actually, you've only got 1 mile left. You're nearly there. But I don't think it will.
And then hopefully we're going to have a bath and a curry in a bit.
I'm very much looking forward to that bit. Bath, curry and beer.
Yeah.
I've got a little friend on my arm. Bye. Okay.
My muddy hand.
Whoa.
Hello.
Oh my goodness, we made it.
Yeah, a few hours later than we... No, how much more later than we thought?
Like 2 hours later than our first estimate. Our estimate kept getting longer and longer, but yeah, we went the wrong way for a bit.
Yeah.
And then we got stuck in a massive bog for quite a while.
Following what was probably a cow path.
Yeah, not the real path. We lost signal with the GPS, so we had to resort to the trusty paper map. But of course, the trusty paper map doesn't have a pointer on it to tell you exactly where you are. So I think we deserve a medal for getting to the end.
Yeah.
And I think we are very ready. Oh, by the way, I should say where we are.
Yeah.
We are at Llanthony Priory, which is the same endpoint that we would have got to if we'd done the proper beacons way.
Yeah.
But we went an easier route, although I think we've ended up doing something like 17 miles today. So it didn't feel that easy.
Yeah, less mountain climbing, but greater distance. So
I am ready for a bath and a beer.
right, let's go.
Let's go. See you tomorrow. Begin.
Right, so we've... Oh, hang on, before I start. Is it 3.5?
3.6.
3.6, okay. Right, so we... I'm so bad at this.